Welcome back, students. Let's continue our chapter, sectors of the Indian economy, what I have discussed in the previous three videos or three lectures. It's lecture 4 in continuation, and this one will be talking about your organized and unorganized. You have seen how your sector of the Indian economy can be organized, and we'll be talking about how to protect the workers in the unorganized sector. Again, I will be giving you a summary or nutshell of this one. What is there in this video, what we are going to discuss. If we talk about the nutshell, if we classify or say distinguish between your organized and unorganized, whatever the features of organized will be there, the features of unorganized will be just opposite to this one. If talk about your job security, there is no job security. So let me first tell you what is the organized and unorganized. The first point of this one will be they are basically following the guidelines of government. They do not follow any guidelines of the government. Fine. That's why there is job security, since according to the government guideline, and there is no job security in this one. Third, if we talk about the organized sector, there are rules and regulations. There are no rules and regulations. Let me give you an example of unorganized sector. Suppose the maid working at your home, there won't be any rules and regulations for her. There won't be any job security. If you do not like her work, you can tell her, okay, don't come from tomorrow. So that can be your unorganized sector. If your parents are there in any of the department working, so there are clearly laid guidelines when they join any job, and that is not so in the unorganized sector. If the fourth one, if I point about, they get many facilities like paid holidays. Like suppose if Sunday your parents don't go to work, do they get salary for that day? For sure they will be getting, so that is paid holiday. Then your provident fund, then gratuity, then overtime. So there are no other facilities. So I suppose these 4 points will be enough to differentiate between the organized and unorganized. Next point is how to protect workers in the unorganized sector. Can we say that workers are basically protected since they don't have any job security, since they don't have any rules and regulations to follow, they don't have any facility, no government rules and regulations are followed. So how to protect workers? In unorganized sector. If I can say that government can make more policies to strengthen and bring unorganized into organized sector. Second point, if we talk about, if government can support the farmers with the timely delivery of goods. third one, if we talk about if government can provide raw material at subsidized rates. Next one, if we talk about if government can provide them with more facilities at lower cost. So these can be the few measures through which your workers can be safeguarded. Let's see the points what I have written. The term of employment is regular, means once you are appointed, so nobody can put you out of the job just like that way. There are rules and regulations, there are Factory Acts, Minimum Wage Act, the Gratuity Act, which is followed. The government rules and regulations, they have to register themselves with the government. There is job security, there is a fixed number of working hours. Next one, if there is more hours to work in, so they are paid overtime. There are other benefits like paid leave, payment during holidays, provident fund, gratuity. So this is all about your organized sector. One more point is there, medical benefits are there, your drinking water is also available at the workplace, your safe working environment is there. If you talk about your unorganized sector, they are small and unscattered, they are outside the control of government. Next one, if we talk about rules and regulations are not followed. Next one, if we talk about jobs are low paid and often not regular. Next one is there are no provision for overtime, paid leaves, holiday leaves, leaves due to sickness, employment is not secure. If you talk about your job security was there. Next one, if they may be told to leave the job anytime, job security. A lot of them are employed doing the small jobs in. Next topic was how to protect the workers in the unorganized sector. Let's see, I have classified them into few categories. First one is the rural areas, your vulnerable people. I'm just classifying them. Who are they? Few vulnerable people are landless laborers, agricultural laborers, small marginal farmers, sharecroppers, and artisans. We say it's weavers and carpenters. Nearly 80% of the rural households are the marginal and the small farmers. How they can be supported? This is the main point. They can be supported by the adequate facility of timely delivery of needs, agricultural inputs, etc. Timely needs means can be your seeds, it can be your fertilizers, it can be your any of the agricultural inputs and so on. Next one I have categorized as your in the urban areas, how these people can be safeguarded. First let's see who are these people. We have to save them. They comprise of the workers of the small scale industries, casual workers, trade and transport, vendors, and so on. Need of the this is the point. The need government support for providing raw material and the market of output. Next one, if we talk about your SCs and SCs, your social and economic vulnerable groups. The major workers from the SC are from the backward communities and are working in the unorganized sector. This is beside regular fare, they face social discrimination. How can we protect? The support is needed to get economic and social development. The reservation, what we see from the government side for STs, SCs and OBCs. So these are a few ways through which your government can safeguard them. Thank you.